miseria ya. Qué miseria ya.
Mucho duro, mucho va a hacer 20. Si no hace.
All right. Hi, and welcome back to the Tour de France. We're here at the start of stage 17 for another installment of the Chris Horner Diary. And Chris, first let's talk about yesterday. Obviously the biggest day of the tour thus far.
Absolutely huge day. It was funny because the whole 2 weeks leading up to here, I was like, oh, that day we did it in Dauphiné. Yeah, it was hard. It'll be a hard finish, but the climb's not so bad to finish, and it wasn't that no big deal. Don't worry about it. All at the Cadel, and then all of a sudden we started from a little bit lower than we did in Dauphiné, so I thought we'd get back on to the first climb at the same place that we did in Dauphiné, and we never did, and it was a much easier way that we climbed the first climb there. And so the day was just epic all day on the gas. We hit the Col de la Coiffure with Gerolsteiner set. Well, first Phonak at the bottom setting a little bit of tempo, then Gerolsteiner setting tempo, then CSC setting tempo. After that was the AG2R team. Over the top of that was the Ils Beliers team setting tempo all day. There was never a time when they were off the gas. It was an incredibly hard day. 67 guys only made the time cut. Yeah. I mean, we'd have a pretty small field right now if they didn't change the rules. So there's a little bit of heart in the tour.
Okay. Let's talk about your fellow American Floyd Landis. He had an awful day. He said yesterday, picked a really bad day to have a bad day on the bike. What happens? I mean, in some time in your career you've had a day like that. What happens and what goes through the head when you're having a day like that?
Yeah, sometime in my career about a week ago. I don't think we gotta go too far back to know last time I had that day. So it's possible. Everyone always says that you have a bad day during the tour. So far I've done it only 2 times, but each time I've always had a bad day too. Floyd picked the worst, well, not the worst day, but he picked one of the worst days you could possibly have, if not the worst during the tour, to have a bad day. And you can tell he was definitely out of energy and going to the top, just trying to salvage whatever time he could there. So hats off to him for fighting it all the way to the top. He's had a fantastic tour, and maybe can pull some miracle out, but that's a lot of time to make up now.
Yeah. Let's talk about the guys who are at the top now. All of a sudden, it's not completely inconceivable that Oscar Pereiro could win this thing. Now, it's a long shot, but it's got to be just kind of mind-boggling to think that a guy who was a half hour down, 5-6 days ago is now, he's in the hunt.
I don't know if it's ever happened before anytime recently, since I've been paying attention anyways to the tour, watching it or in it myself or something. I've never seen it happen, but the way he was climbing yesterday was fantastic. Now, when we get on the Jouplan, the last climb of today, it's going to be a bit more difficult than the last climb yesterday. So we'll see, and you got to remember his team's going to have to do the work from start to finish too. So he'll be without teammates when he hits the last climb today, and we'll see exactly if he can do that, if he can hold on and win the Tour de France, because that is remarkable to be given a gift of 30 minutes back and have a do-over basically. Yeah. Oh, let's just have this at Tour de France. I'll have a do-over. Take a couple rest days off in the mountain and then get a do-over. Then I'll take the leader's jersey. But how can you complain? Yesterday was the hardest stage we've had in the tour, and he's still there with the leaders. So does he deserve to win it? If he can hold it today, absolutely.
Okay. If not him, very possibly your teammate Cadel Evans had kind of a rough day going up Alpe d'Huez, but really recovered yesterday, able to stay with the leaders, and now he's in a fine position, probably going into the time trial where he could really excel.
Absolutely, he's within a shot of definitely being podium for certain. I mean, that's just a good time trial day for podium, and an excellent time trial day or an excellent day today, and could be in the leader's jersey. So we'll see. There's there's a leader, another 4 or 5 guys after that have a shot at going for GC with something happen. So the tour is definitely wide open still.
Okay, fair enough. Chris, thanks very much, and that'll do it for another installment of the Diary. Hi, with Olaf Ludwig, team manager of the T-Mobile team, and the main question I want to ask is, how much time would this team be comfortable being behind going into the time trial with Kloden?
Oh, it's very difficult. We have today a very hard stage, and we look behind this day. And for me, it's really big difference between a team time trial beginning from the Tour de France and in the third week.
Okay. Were you surprised that Landis blew up like he did, or did you think he was going to be stronger?
It's very surprised, but I see in Alpes it's a little bit difficult to make an easy smile.
Yeah.
And I mind maybe it's not so easy for him. Then he like it.
Okay. You feel like Kloden's the best time trialist among the people still left at the top of the GC?
I told you it's a big different time trial in the first week and then after 3,400 kilometers, but he have a really good chance.
Okay, thank you very much. Hi, we're back at the Tour de France at the finish of stage 17 in Morzine, and we're joined by Chris Brewer. Chris, tell us what you do at the Tour.
My main job here is I'm the publisher of thepaceline.com, and that's the official fan site of Lance and the Team Discovery Channel. And we're here trying to get into the behind-the-scenes stuff. We're embedded with the team. Got photographers working for us. We got Chris Carmichael's coach, Chris Carmichael, Lance's coach, that's riding for us. Graham Watson's riding for us. We're just trying to give our fans that kind of like behind-the-scenes, behind-the-ropes experience that everybody kind of wishes they could have.
Okay, tell us about what are some of those behind-the-scenes experiences that you've been able to put out there during this tour?
I think what's been really good about that is how open that Johan and Dirk have been when directors. They have no hesitation discussing that this is a transition year for the team. That when we've had good days and we've had not so good days, that they're very open to discussing what's going on. They've given our photographer Liz lots of access on the bus, in the team hotel, in the dining room. It's just stuff that you really can't normally get to see, especially in the Lance era when there was not so much of an open feeling. It was all business back then.
Yeah, things definitely have changed, and it is a lot. It's kind of there's a different atmosphere around the team now, yeah?
Oh, I think so. When you look at one of the guys in the village told me the spirit of conviviality has been restored at the Tour, and how important it was to be able to go to the village and have a coffee or stand outside the bus and chat the latest rumor or the latest strategy for the day. We even saw the other day when Thor Hushovd was in yellow, he rolled in to have a coffee in the village.
Sure.
I don't think that would have happened in the last 7 years.
Okay. How often are you updating the website? Probably daily, yeah?
We update the website usually once in the morning and once in the afternoon. Try to post at least 5 sets of articles, photographs, interviews we do with the team managers, the guys, if we can get a hold of them. A lot of that depends on the recovery and how their day went. We got to be respectful of that. We just try to give everybody, we realize we're not the only thing when it comes to the internet, and I think a lot of readers now are called bumblebees. They're going to go to VeloNews, they're going to come to the Paceline, they're going to go to other websites, and we all have stuff that's of value. So hey, why not give the people what we think we can do as an exclusive nature, and hopefully they'll like it.
Speaking of exclusives, I know Lance was over here a couple days ago. I think he's since taken off, but were you able to get some exclusive stuff with him then?
When Lance was here, he had the big press conference, which we have the complete transcript on the Paceline. He really was here to be part of the team, to kind of spend some time with them, to just hang out and encourage them the best they can. He's one of the team owners. It's kind of part of his job that he does that. Now he's on, I guess, a little vacation until Paris, and I'm pretty sure we'll see him again.
Yeah. Did you get to meet? He was over here with his buddy Jake Gyllenhaal. I may be pronouncing that wrong, but he was here. He got a cool experience for him. I guess they rode up Alpe d'Huez. Yeah,
they did do that. I think Jake is really into cycling. He couldn't have much better of a mentor than Lance to show him the ropes. He got some team car time as well, and basically his eyes were just wide open, and he was trying to absorb. It's kind of like getting a fire hose of information about what the sport's about.
All right, you're real close to Lance. How's he doing in retirement? Is he enjoying it? Is he missing the bike?
Well, I don't think he misses the bike too much because he still rides a lot and also is running a lot for the marathon as well. Does he miss racing? No, not one bit. And is arguably busier and travels more than he ever did while he was cycling. But it's new focuses now, everything from hosting the ESPYs to really his main passion, that's working with the cancer community, the Lance Armstrong Foundation, and trying to make sure that cancer is a national priority.
Do you know if he reads the French papers and if he saw that one? There was a particular paper with a maybe not so nice welcome for Lance.
Actually, Lance told me that when he saw that magazine cover and you may have to bleep it out and said, "Welcome to France, asshole."
Sure.
He thought it was hilarious because that was the whole point. That comment about the soccer team was part of a comedy monologue. It was nothing bad against the French people or the French soccer team. It was a comedy joke that didn't translate well officially, but he thought that was pretty funny.
Okay, great. That's great, and that's all for now from the Tour de France.
22 km de l'arrivée pour le peloton. Donc de se maintenir au commandement sous la canicule car il fait chaud, très chaud sur les routes du Tour. Et aujourd'hui, il comptait quand même d'escalader le col des Saisies, le col des Aravis, le col de la Colombière, la côte de Châtillon.
Get it.
Ja, ganz positiv. Ich meine, Carlos wir wir schon mal gefahren und schon Carlos voll Rabot, diese Taktik
And how the team make the decision? Okay.
De maillot jaune Frank, die notre filling équipe, décision d'être full am Zeitverfahren.
Nee, dat ja, das war ganz spät. Ja, verreckt dann. Vielleicht das gut gelaufen.
Du hast Entscheidung, du handelst für das Saster, wo ich der
The decision to let Landis go, how did you guys come to that?
We didn't let him go. I mean, he was so strong in the beginning, and we didn't thought that he could make it to the end. And he made it to the end. He's a fucking strong rider. Just chapeau for Landis.
In the time trial, I mean, it's going to be obviously tight. So there's a lot on Carlos's shoulders going into that day. Yeah.
Of course, but we're not going to put any pressure on Carlos. I mean, we know that he's going to do his best, and we don't expect anything more.
Landis obviously surprised you a lot today. Just,
Sure.
I mean, you thought
Sure,
he's after yesterday, I think he's
amazing.
done.
He was just amazing.
You probably should trust my own judgment a bit more. People keep telling me what to do.
We just get half a minute before you roll off.
You obviously went Ferrari and then you went back to the group, but you still didn't lose much to them.
Yeah, I really had to go on the descent, and I was a bit in no man's land. It's a bit of a hassle. You can't see the cars in front, so you don't know where the road goes. But they can, so they can go a bit faster. And you know, I don't want to throw away my tour and go off the side of the road. Landis was absolutely incredible. Get those wires out of my handlebars, please.
He got a long way up the road, Cadell, before the chase started.
Yeah.
Do you think there was an error on the part of...
Sorry, go ahead.
He got a long way up the road before the chase really started.
Yeah, he was incredible strong. He really.
Come on.
He was incredible strong on the climb. You know, I was there and I thought I made an error trying to stay with him for too long because it put me in the red, and I, you know, from then on I really felt it, and that's what you really feel in this third week. But he just rode everyone off the wheel, literally off the wheel, and just went away. You know, they made a mistake early in the year, Phonak giving away that time to Pereira, but today I think T-Mobile and CSC made a big mistake. So, you know, I haven't got a team to chase. I was really lucky today. Chris just turned himself inside out for me like he does every day. Chris Horner, he got there with me on the last climb, but you know he. You know, I'm with one guy, Team Mobile. I have their whole team there, and they let Landis go like that. You know, you know, what can I do? It's beyond my control. I'm here. I'm almost, you know, I had Chris Horner with me in the finish today. But that's my team. You know, in the mountains, in these hard stages, me and him.
Good on you, Cadell.
Cadell, 130 seconds just live from Cadell Evans. What a strange race it was and a fascinating stage. They let him go very far.
Yeah, I think, you know. You're fine. I had the team there, but they didn't chase, and you should be asking them, not me.
You're fifth now in the GC, and the podium looks far away because the top three is now within 30 seconds.
Yeah, you know, it was beyond my control. Normally when you have a team like CSC and a team on T-Mobile, you don't have to worry about what Landis does on his own. But you know, what can I do? I don't run their teams. You can go and ask them.
With what aspiration you go to the time trial?
Just do the best time trial I can, same as always.
Thanks a lot, Cadell.
You're still in reach for a podium. You're under
with Christian Vandeveld, Team CSC. Christian, just talk about the effort of Landis today. He rode a ride that'll probably end up in one for the annals.
Yeah, that goes in the books. I mean, the only thing I could think of anything close to what he did was what Marco Pantani did in 2000, and everyone almost. Well, Lance was scared, but then he asked around and then he made a good decision that there's no way he could have made it. But today, no one really thought that Floyd would have been able to keep such an advantage over such a hard climb, and that he would have cracked. And it was a feat today.
When he first took off, what was the sort of the word around the peloton? Do you guys all kind of scratching your heads and wondering what the heck he was doing?
There was some panic, but at the same time we still had so much firepower behind that. Weren't too worried. I mean, he lost so much time yesterday, and you weren't thinking that he could bounce back so fast and be so strong after a day we were so weak. So yeah, there's panic, but I guess there's just more denial.
Okay, it's a real strong position for Carlos going into the time trial nonetheless. Yeah. You guys got to really like your chances at getting out of here with the big prize.
Yeah, I mean, Carlos is no shabby time trials, especially after a 3-week tour. And he's strong. It's a long time trial. It's a hard time trial. And it is lumpy. So yeah, he's got a great chance.
In leaving it so long before you chased Floyd.
I think we didn't any mistake. No, we wait because we are only 6 riders in the team, and one was in front, and the other was dropped already. And if I use these riders in the climb after they don't have the power for pulling in the flat part, and I think that I use my teammates in the right moment. No, I cannot do it before, because if not, maybe if I lost them before the second last climb, maybe I start the last climb with more time, no? And I think that we did our best. Landis was super today, and it's certainly congratulations to him because he did a really nice stage.
Okay, gentlemen,
Thank you, Carlos.
Moster onkel Just one in English. Very fast.
No problem. I appreciate your time. Tell me when you're ready, Brad. With Michael Rasmussen, the polka dot jersey holder here at the Tour de France, was it a conscious decision to let Landis go, or did he simply ride away from this race today?
He took off very, very fast, and it was very impressive what he did today. And at the same time, some of the teams, they rode very arrogant, letting him come back into the GC again. I think it's a big mistake. But it's a decision that they make in the cars behind us.
Yeah. When you say some of the teams, T-Mobile and CSC would be who we're talking about, you think they both made strategic errors today?
Yeah, I mean, if I'd been sports director over there, I wouldn't have let him get away and get 8 minutes. Certainly not if I had 5 riders sitting in the bunch behind.
From a rider standpoint, this has got to be kind of fun. I mean, this is a fun tour. It's one day it's this, the next day it's that. I mean, it's got to be exciting after 7 years of sort of expectation was always sort of the same.
Yeah, like this is a series of non-stop surprises. Who knows? Tomorrow might be somebody gets 15 minutes and takes the yellow jersey. No, but yeah, it's certainly exciting this year, and it's still wide open.
Last one, Menchov looked okay today. Where do you rate his chances as we go? Tomorrow is probably an inconsequential day, but into the time trial.
Well, he's a strong time trialist. Unfortunately, the last 2 days, or 3 days actually, he's cracked in the last 3-4 kilometers of the last climb, and he's probably blown his chances to win the tour because in something like 10 kilometers, he's lost like 4 minutes, and that's a little unfortunate. Otherwise, he would have been up there as well.
Okay. Michael, I really appreciate the time.
Sure.
Thanks, Jacob.
Off we go.
Today and how he was motivated yesterday night to make something else. Maybe we lose one battle but not the war, and that we have to keep fighting, and that was the leitmotif of yesterday night during the dinner with all the team. And this morning it was the leitmotif of the strategy briefing that we made, and we plan to make it like 30 years ago, with all the team fighting, speeding up on the foot of the first climb, and to make a big selection. Maybe with a strategy which is not a normal strategy, and no, it's working. From time to time, it's working.
Did you believe it was possible?
Sorry?
Did you believe it was possible perhaps to finish only 30
Of course, if I don't believe it was possible, I wouldn't have launched Floyd and all the team in this kind of decision.
But how was the conversation during the race?
Nice, no problem.
But are you afraid that he has that he goes back again like it was yesterday in the last kilometer?
No, because we had nothing to lose. We were 11 of the Tour de France, so to be 11 or 69 or 102 doesn't change nothing. I think that if we don't take Risico and if we wait until Jouplan to make something, maybe in Jouplan we can find 1 minute 30, 2 minutes if we are in a good day. But maybe we can lose everything also. So the only solution was to fight from the beginning, from the CZ, and that was the plan.
But this is not a possibility to win because in the time trial.
We will see on Sunday night in Paris what will be the result.
John, are you surprised that T-Mobile and CSC waited so long to respond, and do you think that was a mistake?
You know, the Tour is so crazy this year that there is some strategic decisions which are always a little bit crazy also. And we knew that when we saw the images on the television in the car that only 2 riders of Gezepan were riding in the pack, that the gap was growing. And we knew also that on one time T-Mobile and CSC will come in the front, and this was normally the valley after close, but that was only 18 kilometers, so not a big deal.
What was the recipe to give to Floyd any physical forces, because yesterday he was totally down?
He was not totally down. He was not in a bad. He was only in a bad day. That's only this. When you wake up and from time to time you don't want to go to work, and the day after is getting better.
About what we did during the last 2 weeks, and everybody in the team was motivated to show that it was only one day without energy, like it can come from time to time for every human being. So after this, we knew that all the team was really concentrating yesterday night after dinner to this. In the morning during the strategy briefing, everybody accepted, and after 50 kilometers we did it. And after you take the risk and you go.
When Floyd attacked, did you really dare to believe that something for the overall was possible, or just think in categories of today's victory? No, we were not thinking to the overall. We were more thinking to come back to the podium. That was for me something which was normal. We tried, and first of all to win the stage, to prove to everybody that he is a Tour de France rider. To come back on the podium if we can. And the overall, I didn't expect that we will come back to 30 seconds tonight.
Thank you.